Are you enjoying this?
I'm scared.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Hi, hello, how are you? How has your week been? I have a guest here, obviously. She's not too comfortable with this, but it's okay. But this video is inspired by one of the ones that Destiny Sidwell made last Bookmas, where she had her mom pick out the books that she read for the video, and that's what I'm gonna be doing. My mom loves to read as well, and we talk a lot about books together, and I feel like we have pretty similar book tastes, like for the most part, but I'd say I'd probably read a little bit more fantasy than you do. Because they take a little bit more.
Period.
After this, we are going to make a trip over to Barnes, and you are going to have free reign over Barnes to pick out 3 books for me to read for this video.
Okay.
I'm not going to give you any help, okay? You're going to have to pick it. So this is also kind of like a test for you to see how well like you know me and like picking out books that you think I will like.
And
I mean,
what if you
obviously
hate it?
well, then that's tough. Obviously, I'll tell you if I've read a book.
Well, yes.
Or if I own the book. But you're going to have to pick them. So are you ready?
This is a lot of pressure.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Then let's go. So are you picking that or?
I'm looking.
Okay, it's an option.
But I like it.
That one right there, it's an option. She keeps just like pointing at all of the books in the window and is like, let's do that one. Let's do that one. Like, you didn't even look at it. Now we've picked up Swan Song. Trying to see if it's spicy or not.
Trying to look and see what I'm
hoping it's not. Now she's got the third consideration. Gotta look at the book talk table, of course.
What is this of, like, Korea or Vietnam or something?
We can
Vietnam.
Yeah. That
This
one's a
is
maybe.
Strong maybe.
Okay. Now we're in young adult fantasy. She looks very pensive. Now she's Googling.
I'm going through all the young adult fantasies to see which one to pick, because I have no idea.
Why does this one have Harry Styles on the cover?
Well, because it says it's in a movie.
Oh.
Context clues, Jessica. I think we'll do the Nicholas Sparks book and the woman book and the fantasy book that we just looked at.
Okay.
Because those are 3 completely different books.
Okay. Let's do it. We're back in the car, and here are the selections. Counting Miracles by Nicholas Sparks.
Because you have to have Nicholas Sparks' book.
6 of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, and The Women by Kristen Hanna. This book is very popular right now. A lot of people are talking about it. This one's on my TBR.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one. This one, it takes place in the same universe as those books I just bought at Bookmas the other day.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So it's also on my TBR.
Oh, I did good then.
Yeah. And then the last one, I haven't heard of this book.
Me neither. I did good. 2 out of 10.
It's got a good variety. But yeah, so let's get reading, I guess.
There you go. Good luck. Have fun.
Last night, I started reading Counting Miracles by Nicholas Sparks. I started with this one because this is the only one that wasn't already on my TBR, and so therefore it's like the one I'm least excited about. I read 40 pages. I think I've read 1 Nicholas Sparks book so far, and I didn't particularly like it. I'm only that far in. Let us see how far we can get today. I'm still reading Counting Miracles. I'm on page 206, so that's 55% of the way through the book. I'm really enjoying it so far, actually, but I am getting very nervous for the 3rd act conflict. I'm loving all of the characters, and I do not want to see any of their feelings hurt. I've got about 2 hours until I have to start getting ready, so I'm gonna see if I can finish this book. I always am like, see if I can try. Let's see if we can finish this book. I bet I can finish this book tonight. And I never do. I'm like, I say that a lot in my videos. You can see me saying it a lot. Just know that for every time I say in a video, I'm gonna finish this tonight, I'm gonna finish this in an hour, there are at least like 3 other times that I said that I cut out of the video. I'm always overestimating my abilities. We'll see. gosh. I just finished reading Counting Miracles. I still have 13 minutes till I need to start getting ready, so I actually finished in the time that I wanted. But this is why you should always read like the acknowledgements and like the author's notes at the end of books. I think I have to give this book 5 stars. Now I definitely want my mom to read this. See, I read this one first because this is the one that I was like least excited about. But now I'm like, oh my gosh. 5 stars. 5 stars. So I started reading 6 of Crows this morning. I'm on page 41. So I'm literally like barely into this book. This book is thick, so I'm not that far into it. Still not really sure any of what's happening. We will see how I end up liking this book. I know Sarah Caroli loves this series. I have high hopes for it. Let's hope it lives up to the hype. Otherwise that would be really awkward. Ugh, why does it have a freaking permanent sticker? That's really annoying. I'm still reading 6 of Crows. I'm currently 142 pages into the book, and I'm honestly not gonna lie, I'm still confused about the world building. I'm over a quarter of the way through the book, and normally I've like got a pretty good grasp on like the world and everything by this point, but right now I do not. I'm 385 pages into 6 of Crows, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm like not really getting the hype. I hate to say it. I really do. Granted, I still have about 100 pages left, but I'm on page 442. I have only that much left, and I have a feeling things are gonna go wrong right about here, so let's see. Wait, when did she get there? No, wait, I lost my spot. Where'd it go? I just finished 6 of Crows, and I'm not sure what to think. I mean, you saw that clip earlier where I was like, oh, I'm like not really into this. But the last 100 pages had me. And now I don't know what to feel. This book, Kaz Brecker is like very high up in a gang, and Kaz is offered a chance at a deadly heist that could make him rich beyond his wildest dreams, but he can't pull it off alone, and so he gathers these people to help him pull off this heist. They're a ragtag group, all generally pretty like solitude characters. I don't know, I guess I'm gonna go with a 4 stars because like the last like 100 pages were definitely like 5-star material. The first like 350 pages, I was like, is this book over yet? The world building was intense. Everybody speaks a different language and everybody comes from a different area of the world, and so they have different traditions and ways of behaving and social norms and everything. And initially that was like a lot to keep track of, especially because then they're all in this one localized place that's like run by gangs, so then there's another kind of social hierarchy like from that. It was just a lot to keep track of. I honestly like don't really hear much about Crooked Kingdom, which is the second book in this duology, and so I'm interested to see if people actually enjoy that book. Now on to the last book, The Women by Kristen Hanna. I am 104 pages into The Women. I am enraptured. I've just been like sitting here for the past like 2 hours just like reading. I never really knew much about the Vietnam War, and especially not about like what people were doing over there like as nurses and doctors and stuff. Like that is a hard job. Being in healthcare in general is hard, but I imagine it's like even harder to do that in a war zone. If you're watching this and you work in healthcare as a nurse, as a doctor, anything, you're amazing because that takes so much strength. I know a little bit more about what this book is about. We're following our main character, Frankie. So the book starts off and she is at her family's home in California, and there's a party going on. It's a going away party for her brother who's about to ship out to Vietnam. Frankie is struggling a lot with the idea of the role that she's expected to play in her family. Her dad has this photo wall in his office that displays all of the like achievements of like the family. She's noticing that like the men on the wall are all like celebrated for their service in the military, in the US military, and the only photos of the women are of their advantageous marriages. Somebody says something to her and then she starts getting in her head and she's like, why can't I also like be a hero? Why is it only on the men to make a difference? Like, why is the only thing that I can do to like make my family proud like get married? So after her brother ships out to Vietnam, she decides that she is also going to go serve over there. She got her degree in nursing, and so she's like, I can go be a nurse. So right now, like, she's in Vietnam. I've also been thinking about like how different your opinion can be depending on what book you're reading, because right now like we're really getting like an in-depth look of what the military base looks like on a daily basis and like what Frankie is doing like in her job. And I am enraptured in the story. Whereas like sometimes if the same kind of thing happens in a different book, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so bored. I really don't care to know that like she went to the bathroom. And like, who even cares? Like the writing does matter. I'm coming to learn that is in fact a thing. It is a thing that like the writing of the book matters, and it affects like how you feel about the book and what's happening. I am currently on page 152. You know, this is what I get for going into books without actually like reading the synopsis or the summary or anything. With it being called The Women, as in like plural, I thought that meant that we were going to be following like multiple women. I have literally no idea what's gonna happen. You and me, we're gonna find out together. I am telling you this right now. I have full confidence that that woman is going to get pregnant. Stop!
You do have to come.
That was mean.
Oh, really?
You hurt my feelings.
Oh, she needs hugs. She has her neck poking out.
I think she took about 5 years off of my life. Right as I'm reading about a bunch of people being brought into the OR from napalm. It's looking right up your nose.
She was pouting.
You scared me. That
You
was
knew I was
mean.
out there.
This is where I find out something that's gonna make me really sad. Are you kidding me? I'm on page 275 and I'm literally gonna throw up. This book takes place less than 60 years ago. I think I'm figuring out now that the book is called The Women, and not because it follows multiple women closely, but I think it is using that as a descriptor to get the reader to understand that the things that Frankie is going through were not unique to her. She was not some 1 in a million anomaly where she was the only woman being treated this way. And you know, this was the 60s. I still have, what, like a third of this book left? This is 100% a 5-star book. I feel like I know what's about to happen right now. I just finished reading The Women by Kristen Hanna, and I currently don't even have words to say to describe this book. I'm trying to learn how to better describe books, and this book is definitely a character study. There's not like any one plot point that you centralize around. I mean, obviously the Vietnam War, but this book takes place over several years and very heavily features years of Frankie's life after she returns home from Vietnam. Really just like diving deep into the reality that was the lives of women who served in the Vietnam War, how they were forgotten and told that their experiences and their feelings weren't valid because they were not men and they didn't see combat, and they were just like brushed under the rug and suffered for it. 5 stars. So I read these 3 books that my mom picked out for me. I haven't said a single word to her about what I thought about these books. She kept asking. I kept telling her I couldn't tell her anything until we were ready to film this clip. So before I tell her anything about what I thought about these books, I'm gonna have her guess what I rated the books. The first one that I read was Counting Miracles by Nicholas Sparks. What do you think I rated this book?
Well, I don't think Nicholas Sparks is probably your typical author, so I'm gonna say an 8.
What did I rate it out of 5?
Oh, 4. Close enough. You didn't give me any parameters. That's not fair.
Okay, so you think I rated this a 4 out of 5?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a little nervous when you picked out this book because I have read one other Nicholas Sparks book. I read A Walk to Remember, and I didn't really like it.
Well, that was a different book, though. That was like little kids. Didn't it start off as little kids, that one?
No, I think they were in high school.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, so I didn't have very high expectations going into this. I rated it 5 stars. I really loved it.
Oh, good.
But I can't really tell you why I liked it because it is a spoiler.
Okay.
I realized that this morning when I was like thinking through my thoughts for this clip, and I realized I said in an earlier clip why I really liked it, and it's a big fat spoiler, so I'm gonna have to cut it out. But I really liked it.
Good.
So that was very surprising. I did not think I was gonna really like this book. Now I really want you to read it.
Okay.
But she won't read it for like 6 months probably.
I take too long.
Next, I read Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. What do you think I rated this one?
I have no idea because I don't even know what it's about. But I wanted to pick a young adult series fantasy because I know you like that. So I'm going to say you rated a 5.
I rated this one a 4 stars.
Oh, that's okay because I picked that one, not this one. I mean, I did pick this one, but
I mean, you did pick it. This one, I was a little bit disappointed by. Out of the 3 books that I read, this one I have definitely heard the most about. To me, it just like didn't live up to like the hype that like other people gave it. Then the last book that I read was The Women by Kristen Hanna. What do you think I rated this one?
I have no idea. I'm going to say a 4 because Debbie liked it and Debbie's 60. So you are not. So I don't know if it would appeal to a 60-year-old the way it appeals to a 23-year-old.
Okay.
So I'm going to say a 4.
Okay. I rated this 5 stars.
I'm going to take credit for this one and the other one.
And not Six of Crows.
No.
You did a pretty good job.
I did. Well, I've read several Nicholas Sparks books, but that one looked interesting. And then I read The Winter Garden, and I really liked that from Kristen Hanna. So, yay.
Anyways,
so
thanks,
the 2
Mom.
that I'm going to take credit for, I got 5.
She picked 2 5 stars and 1 4 star. 4 stars isn't bad either.
No.
So
No. I'm glad you liked it.
Thanks, Mom, for picking my books.
You're welcome.
And for joining me in this video.
In the next 365 days.
Will you be able to read them in that time? Ow.
That's mean.
But anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more bookish content in the future. I hope you have a lovely rest of your week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. You want to hold these two? Oh.
I hold this one.